To anyone struggling right now, I'm not here to tell you it's going to be okay. I'm really not. I'm just here to let you know that you are not alone. I'm just here to sit with you. You're not alone. We all going through this shit together. And I know when I'm going through it, I don't want to hear, oh, it's going to be okay. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear, oh, you're going to get through it. I know I am. That's not the issue. It's the pain that I'm feeling. I'm in pain. Do you not hear that I'm in pain and all you got for me is it's going to be okay? You could have kept that. So I'm not here to tell you it's going, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be okay. I'm just here to let you know you're not alone. And this shit don't last forever. I don't know if it's going to be okay, but it don't last forever. And God is in control. And that's all it is to it. Feel how you feeling. Feel how you feeling. I ain't going to tell you not to feel how you feeling. Just a reminder, don't take that shit too personally. Because it ain't as personal as you think.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm sorry your parents had you too. I don't want to be here either. And don't say bring on the aliens, because what if they're worse than the people here? You know, I just... Oh, God, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Same. Hi, we're going to be going on another rant on how everything is so damn expensive. I actually enjoy this rant because that is the way for me to actually feel like, you know, we're letting off the heat of what we're dealing with, like the pressure from everyday life, from things being so expensive. It actually, when you vent and let it out, sometimes it makes you feel better. I mean, it depends on the government and if they want to make the best decision for us, but right now, all we can do is just rant about it and just let off the pain and the pressure of what we are going through. And for most people to not feel like they're the only ones going through it, we're all in this together. We're all suffering. Yeah. So we're gonna be checking these videos out and hear people rant about it. But before we get right into this video, make sure you please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time. Let's get right into it.
Inflation is not real. Prices are high. Cereal went from being like a poor girl dinner to now it's like $10 a box. But it is not inflation making it that way. It's corporate greed. It's greedflation. Groundwork Collective did a study that found that more than half of inflation was driven by corporate greed. To kind of oversimplify what happened is essentially during the pandemic, a lot of supply chains are broken. Everybody's freaking out, obviously. And so some businesses had to raise their prices because their costs were raised. But then, as the pandemic slowed, their costs went back to normal, but their prices did not. So now things like groceries have risen 25% in price, which is great only for the CEOs of these mega corporations. Congratulations, they can buy like a second yacht and take their fourth mistress on a vacation. Meanwhile, things are so bad for us that I'm at the AMC asking the employee which water bottle is cheaper and it was still $6.50. And just to add insult to injury, the corporations are bragging about what they're doing, by the way. Procter & Gamble had an $800 million profit increase. General Mills put out a statement saying that the reason that they had a 17% increase in profits this year was because they got smart about pricing. I love how getting smart to them is just like screwing over working class people. That's so smart. So, while corporate price gouging is incredibly frustrating and harmful, we're just now starting to undo the decades-long effects of trickle-down economics, and we're actually already starting to see some good things happening. For example, we have the unionization movement across the United States, which has led to increases in worker pay, new laws lowering the cost of prescription drugs. We also have new laws that are cracking down on this exact price gouging that I'm talking about and junk fees. So, although it might be a while before we actually truly fix it, things are headed in the right direction, and we need to keep paying attention and keep demanding that these corporations stop price gouging us, because I will never be paying more than $5 for a carton of eggs again.
I don't pay a premium for the express line just to skip the line.
This might be a dumbass question, but are HOV lanes being replaced with express lanes? Is that what's happening? Like, I didn't even know what HOV lanes were until I moved to Arizona. And for those, we don't have to pay for those. But this is the first time I'm seeing anything about express lanes and the fact that you had to pay $17 to use this express lane, they actually made driving transactional. Like, I feel so dumb right now. Is this a normal thing or is this new? Just knowing that this is another expense. I don't know how often that $17 gets taken out. How do they even know if you're paying it? Like, are there actual cameras on the road? Like, you know, like how there are speed cameras and stuff set up so then it'll clock you if you're speeding? Are there cameras like that just chilling out on the road to check and see if your car is registered and it paid its $17 to use the express lane? Like, what's stopping y'all from using it? Like,
y'all, life is not making that much sense right now in terms of the cost of everything. Tell me why I just had to spend $400 to register my car. Yes, $400 for a piece of paper. I haven't bought any Christmas gifts. Zero. None. Not one. And the way that it's looking, y'all not getting nothing. Y'all ain't getting nothing from me because groceries are too high. Car insurance too high. Car bills. Everything is high. They're going to increase rent. As soon as the lease renews, they're going to increase the rent. So what is this? It's almost like my brain can't really compute this because I'm just imagining, like, if I was a mom and I had kids and I just had to come pay this shit, bro. Kids need Christmas presents. Now I done spent $400 at the DMV and I can't buy my kids Christmas gifts. Our light's about to get cut off because I had to buy this piece of paper. What the I'm sorry for using all the F-bombs, but...
Can someone tell me why LA is so out of touch? My boyfriend and I are trying to move. Our cap is $5,000, which is basically a mortgage payment. I don't even know if I want to own a home. I would just like a little bit extra room. If we find something that we like, it's in a really shitty part of the neighborhood, or if we do find something that we're like, oh, okay, this is in our price range, which, by the way, $5,000 is a lot of money to pay to rent something that you don't even own. And then we find something and then it doesn't have a yard for my dog, or it doesn't have a garage, and it's like, these are like... Everybody should have a yard. Everybody should have a garage. And you want me to pay $6,500 for something that doesn't have black mold in it? I mean, LA is just like, I don't even know how people live here. It's insane how expensive everything is.
Yo, London, when will it stop? When will it stop? It is expensive. London is so expensive. I had to go into my savings to go to work. What the is that? Man, I'm saving up to go to work. London, I don't know what type of limited edition Oliver Twist lifestyle you're selling to us, but we can't hack it. It's too much. London is so expensive that even nights in, if you stay at home, still costs you money. The other day I stayed in with my missus. I thought, yeah, let's have something to eat. Let's order Chinese. 50 notes. What the hell is that? Whoa. Are you shipping it from China? What the hell are you doing? That Chinese was so expensive, I told her to put her clothes on that we're going out. Sometimes I get annoyed when I hear people say they want to move to London because there's more opportunity. The only opportunity you'll get here is to be broke. If you are looking for the opportunity to be broke, move to London. Come to London. For breakfast, they'll break you so fast, you'll be broken. That's how broke you'll be. The other day I was thirsty, man. I was in King's Cross. Bearing in mind I was in King's Cross. I quickly dashed into WH Smith to get myself a drink. I tapped my card, I left. I checked the Monzo, £3.95 for the Lucozade, blood. For a Lucozade. A small Lucozade. That Lucozade better be made with fresh glucose. Fresh glucose, blood. Are you stupid? What kind of Jay-Z Lucozade are you selling me? Elon Musk Lucozade, blood? I just want to quench my thirst, blood. Man, I'm out here just selling billionaire replenishments. I can't do this, bro. I feel sorry for those who don't have a job. What have you got to do? Buy a job. It's so expensive, bruv. At this point, I can imagine London already charging you for working. Oh, wait. That's tax. Hey, you see already? London, I can't take it. London, man. London, open your yash, spray your yash, tear your yash, all day, just tearing people's yash, man. Fuck, London, blood. It's wild, blood. It's if you won't make it, yeah, you won't make it. You never make it, fam. Fucking hell, act.
It is impossible to live in Ontario. Everything is so expensive. Like, I just went to the grocery store and I grabbed like a couple of things. I'm going to show you what I grabbed and then I'll tell you how much I paid. So I got 2 cans of beans, all right, yogurt, bananas, a sweet potato the size of a newborn baby, wax strips because if I want to get anything waxed, it's so expensive. Gloss sticks. I promise you these were the cheapest ones. 2 cases of Coke Zero and a birthday gift. And this was one of the cheaper birthday gifts. And that was all $100. How was that $100? If my parents went and grabbed all of these things in the 90s, including the birthday gift, it would have maybe been $40. Maybe. Like, I grabbed no protein. I grabbed the basics of life stuff. Sure, this is luxury. God, getting my eyebrows done is luxury in Ontario? Fuck off. This was $100. That's crazy.
I'm gonna be honest, I am not the friend to call if you are struggling with your bills and it's not rent, light, gas, or water. You talking about student loan debt, credit card debt, your car loan. I'm gonna say F them bills. What's most important to me right now is my mental health and being able to take care of the things that are most important. My debt is not. I don't care about my credit score. Y'all lost me. Okay, I gave up. There are people right now who literally have no more money after they get paid. They're using their credit cards for everything, and they're just getting in more debt to where they are drowning. You know, my priority is not the banks. The banks are going to be okay. And I'm not giving advice. I'm just talking to you the truth. There was a point in my life where I literally didn't want to live because I was so behind in my debt and all my payments. And then I just thought about it. I can't afford to care. To be honest, I can't afford to care. And don't get it twisted. This is not me telling you do not pay your bills. You know, don't do that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I didn't. But I am telling you, try to get some payment arrangements on this debt. Who cares? Get a deferment. Take care of yourself. Catch up first. And then eventually you'll be able to pay that stuff off. But right now, that is not the most important thing if you're struggling. Okay?
This is true. I don't know about you, but honestly, if whenever I hear people complain and be like, oh my God, like they're complaining and be like, I really need help. Honestly, like if when you're asking me for help and it's really not something that is like really urgent and important. Let's say you need food, your car is actually broken and you really need your car because you need your car to get to work and to be, even if it's not work, like do things, okay? You need those things are your needs right there, then and there. And then urgent matters like your health, stuff like that, okay? And then your rent, because you don't want to be homeless, right? But then you come up and you're like, oh yeah, I'm really stressed and I can't even sleep at night because of my student loan. I should help you with that. I don't know, call me crazy, but I just feel like that's just not an emergency. Like,
I am sitting here at the Food City getting gas, and I just have to say that I'm just so incredibly sad for all of us. I'm sad for all of us working. I'm sad for us not working. I'm just really sad. Everything is so expensive. Like, it is exhausting how expensive everything is. Before y'all come at me and say, yeah, well, she's got her nails done. Yeah, she does, but they are way past needing to get done, and they ain't got done yet because I don't even know why I started in the first place. My son's birthday is next month. And then, of course, we have Christmas. I have 2 kids to buy for Christmas. Basically, everything that's in my garage is having to be thrown away. So all my Christmas, I have to buy a whole new Christmas tree, whole new Christmas, like, decorations, everything in there. I mean, it's just gone. I mean, I know people have way more problems, but I'm so flippin' stressed out. And it's like every time I walk into a store, everything is like went up even before. Like, I spent $43 in Walmart a few minutes ago, and I bought body wash, something that you have to have. I bought some face wash, again, something I have to have because I have cystic acne, and it's not like it was that expensive. And I bought I bought 2 things of stovetop popcorn, like the kind, I wanted to show my kids how you make the kind, and they were $2.18 a piece, but I did buy 2 of them. $43. Like, seriously, nothing. I went to the Dollar Tree after that and got a few things, but I mean, it's like, you just can't win, and I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated. And why are Christmas trees so expensive? I went and I looked at the Christmas trees just so I could get an idea. Well, guess what? And let me just add to that. My husband and I both work, and we both make decent money. I'm a teacher. He's a police officer. And when I say decent money, like, teachers don't make what they should make, and the same with police officers, in my opinion. But what I'm saying is, as two people with decent jobs and decent income, we should not have to be struggling the way we are with. Literally, he drives an old beat-up truck. My car's 2016 model. It's nothing super fancy. We have 2 kids. We have a split-level home. I mean, it's nothing like, we live within our means. Like, I don't understand why it shouldn't be this hard. It should not be this hard for people, no matter what. It shouldn't be this hard for people, and I'm just really tired of it. So, thank you for listening and coming to my TED Talk on this Sunday afternoon. At least there's no school tomorrow.
Baby, my granny one line when she said, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Nearly 20 weeks ago, I got my son his first car, 2004 black Mazda, black exterior, black interior. He loves the car, right? Within 7 days of having purchased that car, we have to get the battery replaced. And when we get the battery replaced, we get a full diagnostic, make sure there's nothing else wrong with the car. And of course, they're like, you need an oil change too. But other than that, the car seems fine for how old it is and how many miles it has. So I'm like, great, let's get the oil change. $200+ later, like, car's driving fine, son's happy. Great. It's up for yesterday. As I'm sitting here in my home on this very blue velvet couch, minding my own business, my son calls me in the afternoon and says, you got to come get us. Something's wrong with the car. And I'm like, huh? And he proceeds to describe to me what happened. And let me just tell you what happened, okay? So what happened was yesterday morning when my son was on his way to drop his sister off at middle school, he sees something in the road. I'm not sure if it was an animal stick or what. He has not clarified that, but he sees something, attempts to dodge that something, and in his attempt, he ends up hitting a very large pothole that he did not see, okay? When he hits the pothole, he hears a concerning sound, and the car starts making noise, but the car is still driving fine, and there's no lights on or anything, so he's like, it's fine. He drops his sister off school. He makes his way to high school, parks the car, goes through his school day. He gets out of school, he gets in his car, still no lights, and it's no longer making the weird noise, and it's driving fine. So he's like, yeah, everything's good. He makes it to his sister's school. He picks her up as they're on their way home in the midst of a turn to head in the direction of our house. The car starts making the weird noise again. Shortly later, it starts smoking, and then it starts decelerating, right? This all happens within a few minutes of each other. Not very long time stretched between them. Luckily, there was a Hoover City police officer who kind of witnessed most of this. And so when my son gets stuck in the middle of the road, the police officer pulls over behind him, turns on his light, starts directing traffic. My son calls me. He's telling me what's going on. The police officer is giving me directions to call, giving me directions to come and get my son and my daughter. And the officer's like, do you want me to call a tow truck or do you have roadside assistance? I'm like, I have roadside assistance. He's like, okay. He's like, well, sometimes they like to take their time to tell them, there's an officer here directing traffic that should get them to move faster. I'm like, great. So I hang up on my son, call roadside assistance real quick, tell them where they are, tell them, hey, there's an officer here directing traffic. They're like, great, we can be there in 20 minutes. I'm like, perfect. It's going to take me about 20 minutes to get to them anyways because after school traffic. So I finally make it to the scene, get my son, get my daughter. Make sure my son leaves his car key with the car, roll up the windows, all that good stuff, whole thing. And so my son's the car. So the police officer's like, yeah, his transmission fluid, it leaked out. And he starts showing me in the road where his transmission fluid is, right? And he's like, I tried to take a peek on there, see if I can see anything. All I can see is like the rest of the fluid dripping out. But he told me what happened, and it sounds like, either the transmission slipped or he cracked it or something. And I was like, great, that sounds expensive. Thank you so much for staying with them. I appreciate that. He was like, yeah, no problem. I was like, I guess I'll just hang out until the, tow truck comes. He was like, no, you don't have to do that. Just give me your number. I'll let you know when they come, and I'll hang out here until the tow truck arrives. And I was like, well, thank you. I appreciate it. So that's what we do. Go on about my way. Well, fast forward today. As I'm searching, trying to figure out where to get this car towed to, because right now it's towed to my house and in my driveway. I'm like, I need to find a shop to get it towed to. And that's when I was like, you know what? I have comprehensive coverage. I should see if this counts under comprehensive coverage. So I filed a claim, and obviously I got to wait for them to contact me about this claim and let me know, one, is it covered, and two, where I need to take the car. But here's my biggest concern, right? It's a 2004 Mazda. So if the cost to repair the transmission is more than the value of the car, they're going to total it, which means that we will have to go through the ordeal of trying to find this boy another car after struggling for several weeks to find this car. And of course, this is all happening the same week that I have to pay on our mortgage, because we got to keep the roof over our head and pay all other bills, as well as it's his sister's 14th birthday. And she wants to do expensive things for that, because her birthday is at the end of the week. And oh, did I forget to mention, not only is it her 14th birthday, but she's got a doctor's appointment coming up this week as well. So you know how that goes, right? And then our dog, who has an ear infection, has to go to the vet for a follow-up. So, you know, that's costly as well. And I have a follow-up for my bum knee that is becoming more and more of a bum as the day goes by. You know, ortho appointments, those can get pricey as well. And I'm just like, at this point, I'm going to have to get a nice pedicure and start selling feet pic on OnlyFans or something, because what is happening? You know, no one told me that adulting was so expensive. And at this point, I would like to cancel my subscription. Thank you.
Corporation and the government have everything to do with the situation. With how expensive things are, they really have something to do with it, because the government has a part that they can play to help, you know, make and maintain, manage this whole situation. And then now you have the corporations actually being so free and let loose to just do whatever they want to do, and don't really have any control or any market control as to the way they set up their prices of things, and how they just, you know, keep lifting it up, and they just freely do it, and everybody still have to like just pay and buy those things some way, somehow. We have to be able to afford it, okay, to purchase it, because most of the things are things that you need. I know that sometimes we overconsume some stuff and we need to like just kind of let it down, but they are most of the things that we need. How bad it is advice that tell us, oh hey, like you should really try to control your spending. Make sure you don't spend too much. You have like a certain level. You try to live below your means. And even when you try to like save up money, I don't know if some of you have experienced this, like trying to save money is really a challenge right now. It's not like you don't want to do it, you're doing it. But then you now realize that it's just, if it's like, okay, you're trying to not buy or purchase or spend your money on some certain things that you plan on, something else is just going to come and consume the money. Some way it will come and consume it and take it away. Like you would be like, hey, like I never had the intention of spending this money on this particular thing, and it's very important to you. It's not a case where you just literally just spent it on just random things, or you're just trying to like just live a lavish life. No, you are not. It's just like, it is a challenge to even save, because some way, somehow, something else is going to come up, another problem, another issue is going to come up that will need that money. You're going to spend it. You've made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time. Hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video, and leave your thoughts on the comment section down below. I will see you on the next one. Bye.